Moving forward, we have another special recognition. This is one also very special for the association itself and for the history that is behind this next recognition. Now, we would like to introduce the award that is called the Chairs Award, actually, for a very special person in the industry that I'm pretty sure a lot of you are familiarized with. I would like to start this recognition sharing with all of you that when Marriott CEO Arne Sorenson passed away earlier this year from a terrible disease at the age of 62, the news saddened all of us, and pretty much this went immediately as a seismic effect, especially within the travel and hospitality industry worldwide. Consider Arne Sorenson's inspiring gifts for cheerleading and advancing global travel. He was an unusual executive for an iconic hotel and resort brand like Marriott Corporation. Having been trained as a lawyer in Washington, D.C., with Marriott as his client. Later, all of this changed in 2012 when he was named the first company's chief executive out of the Marriott family. On his watch, Marriott became the world's largest hotel chain with more than 1.3 million rooms, with over 30 brands of hotels and over 170,000 employees. Some felt he never saw a challenge he couldn't conquer, as well as culminating his Marriott project with the merging of Starwoods, that, remembering this former property as a W, that was a brand that used to belong to Starwood, and that project itself was culminated properly a few years ago. This remarkable record earned Arne Sorenson the cover of a lot of business magazines, titles like the CEO of the Year, and an unquestioned respect for his business acumen. However, let's talk about what Arne Sorenson has done as a legacy and our deepest admiration. That is far more than professional and personal, meaningful for this association. So this is why the tribute that we pay to him today is one of the highest recognitions this association has. That is the IGLTA Chairs Award. As Marriott Chief Executive, Arne Sorenson led with his values, including his profound dedication to equality and inclusion, and acceptance for all of us, especially for his LGBTQ+ colleagues and guests who believe he did with the slogan that all of us know from Marriott, #LoveTravels. He never missed a chance to speak from his heart in order to champion equality and firmly oppose to all forms of discrimination. Not once did he lose sight of what makes all of us human and caring, as you can see from yourself in this brief glimpse of his legacy, through his words and his deeds. Arne Sorenson represented the best of what IGLTA as a global association stands today. So I would like to ask the production if we can roll the video, please.
This year, IGLTA posthumously honors Marriott International CEO Arne Sorenson, a travel and hospitality industry leader whose support of LGBTQ+ rights led the business and travel communities toward a more inclusive world. Born in Tokyo and educated in the United States, Arne practiced law for a short time before he found his path to hospitality and grew Marriott into the world's largest hotel chain. In 2015, Arne accepted PFLAG's Straight for Equality in the Workplace Award on Marriott's behalf, speaking out against Indiana's anti-LGBTQ legislation. PFLAG's executive director, Brian K. Bond, recalled that Arne was a beacon of inclusion and kindness, which permeated the culture at Marriott, whose policies embraced and protected everyone from guests to associates. Sorenson also opposed North Carolina's anti-LGBTQ HB2, writing in an op-ed for CNBC that, as a global hospitality leader and multi-state employer, it dismays many of us that in 29 states, people are still at risk of losing their job just for being gay or transgender. Sorensen was a proud ally member of ONE, Marriott's global LGBTQ employee network, and he took special pride in leading Marriott to join other businesses in supporting the Equality Act, making clear that Marriott was dedicated to ensuring every guest and all of our associates are valued, welcome, and protected from discrimination. Sorensen continued to serve as CEO after being diagnosed with stage 2 pancreatic cancer in May 2019, and unfortunately lost his battle earlier this year. As we pay tribute to Arnie Sorensen, we remember his words, which are an inspiration to the LGBTQ+ community. He said, "America's promise is clear. Our nation strives to provide equal opportunity, no matter who you are. Most Americans today understand that we shouldn't judge people by how they worship, who they love, what gender they identify with, or by their wealth, nationality, race, sex, age, or physical abilities. To be competitive in the world today, America needs everyone's skills. Including LGBT people in that effort is not simply the right thing to do, it's also essential for business."
Thank you very much. So to accept this Chair's Award from IGLTA to Arnie Sorensen, we would like to invite on stage Apurva Gandhi, Senior Vice President of Multicultural Affairs, Social Impact, and Business Councils at Marriott International.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it, John, and to the whole IGLTA team and board of directors for the foundation and the association, and to all of you here today. This one is hard. This one is hard. It's really hard. I really miss him. I got to tell you, I really, really miss him. And on behalf of all of us at Marriott International, and legions of friends and colleagues around the world, I'm truly humbled to accept this honor. Thank you, Felipe. From IGLTA, on behalf of my friend Arnie Sorensen. You may imagine our feelings of loss earlier this year. Arnie was truly a pathbreaker in hospitality and in life, a devoted husband, father of 4 kids, a true role model and a friend. And remarkably, his battle against cancer embodied what made him so exceptional too: his perseverance, constant optimism, and selflessness. But for LGBTQ people too, he really showed us what defines being an ally and an advocate. Every day, every conversation, every interaction, he taught by example what it meant not just to be an accepting leader, but also how to use his voice, he called it his perch, and his powers to change the world for the better. He truly defined what hospitality really means and what all of us at Marriott stand for. You saw the pictures. You may remember back in, I think it was 2015 or 2016, where he spoke out very strongly against laws that would allow discrimination. He didn't have to do that, but he did. He did because it mattered to him as a leader, but more importantly, as a human being. You may be aware that in his memory at Marriott, we've established the Marriott Sorensen Center for Hospitality Leadership at Howard University in Washington, D.C., which is one of our nation's very historic black college, one of the top black colleges and universities. His example will continue to foster diverse and exceptional talent to define and lead hospitality for generations to come. We want to find the next Arnie Sorensen, and we think Howard University is a great place to find that person. I got to work with Arnie very closely in the last few years. And I would always treasure and love getting emails from him because they were always so thoughtful. And he was always, in the sweetest, nicest way, delegate things to me. But he's the top guy, right? But he did it so sweetly. He would always say, Apurva, for your capable hands. And I love that. I just love the way he would write that, for your capable hands. How I would long to get another email like that from him. I really, really miss him. And I know that he's looking down on us, honoring him, probably rolling his eyes right now. Come on, guys, you know? But with what he's given us, I truly know that all of us are in his capable hands right now. So thank you all very much.